So, hey, it's been a while, has it not? It's been months. I'm not really sure exactly when I last posted a video, which in itself is a pretty good indicator of how long it's been. So I know that Dana already touched a little bit on motivation and procrastination, Sebastination. But really, I actually wanted to address that a little bit too, and just talk about my own personal problems with making videos and why that slows me down. So I guess you could say I've been having a problem with motivation. A lot of aspects of my life lately have been impacted in a negative way, in a way that is detrimental to me, I would say. You know me, you are probably aware of the fact that I am a little bit on the depressed side, and I have to medicate that, and that doesn't always go very well, unfortunately. Been struggling a lot with it not going well. I guess on that note, that greatly impacts my motivation to do anything. So it's kind of hard sometimes for me to work up to that. But, you know, it's not, it's, I don't know how to conclude that, I'm sorry. Another problem I've been having is just this battle inside of me that has been raging for weeks, if not months, just wondering how much of my problems I'm allowed to blame on that. I feel sometimes like it has the potential to be a crutch. I struggle a lot with establishing its legitimacy. I understand it, and obviously I'm living it, but sometimes I feel like it's not allowed, and that's not true. I just have a lot of trouble with that because I don't ever want to become reliant upon it as an excuse. That's not what I want to do, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So if that's how you're perceiving me right now, then I'm sorry, that's not what I wanted. There's this thing that I've been noticing, and this is another thing I want to talk about, at least in terms of video making. In addition to struggling with being motivated to make videos, I have such a hard time just coming up with something to talk about and then coherently making some point or saying something worth watching. Can't always express myself verbally the way I want to. And even now I feel like I'm butchering everything I'm trying to say. There's a lot of second guessing and self-doubt that goes into the process, especially towards the end. A lot of those videos I was putting up, I hate them. I don't think they were good at all. I didn't contribute anything positive or even impactful in a negative way, to anything. Me talking because I had a deadline. I just had trouble just thinking of what I wanted to say, addressing that in a way that is effective. Again, we come back to this problem of the crutch. What is a viable excuse and what is using an illness as an excuse? I have an anecdote to tie into this, but basically, my darling sibling, who I love and adore and everything else, we were recently having a discussion. We got a little heated. I was telling him about how I completely spaced about this appointment that I had to go to, and how I slept through a chem lab and some other stuff, and I was actually really distressed about that because those are disappointing things. When we were talking about it, he was kind of just scolding me for having done those things, telling me that I was being a very spacey, forgetful person, and that was unacceptable, and why don't I have a job yet, and why I don't have a license yet. Alright, those things are important, that wasn't pertinent, and I didn't need that. I kind of took offense to that. I sent him an article that I found, and I'll link it below, talking about depressed patients and shrinkage of the hippocampus, which, if you are not familiar, is kind of an area of the brain that's associated with memory. They literally documented rates of up to 20% of shrinkage in the hippocampus when people are depressed. I love that, weirdly. I hate it in the sense that I don't want that to happen to me or anybody. That sucks. But I like having a concrete evidence of some of the problems I've been having. I can't concentrate for shit, or it takes me a really long time And I feel sometimes like I'm just going nuts. I used to be so much more able in those areas. And it's really frustrating, and especially sucks going to class and having that be such a problem. It's so nice that there's like physical reasons behind that. In my younger and more vulnerable years, more arrogant years, I thought I was smart. I don't feel smart anymore. I feel really incapable of doing a lot of things that normal people do. It's driving me crazy, and I'm sorry if you clicked on this video what's Caroline gonna talk about today? It's gonna be really heavy and boring and difficult to empathize with. Life's hard. It doesn't always treat people nicely. But yeah, I guess without sounding like I'm trying to blame Matt for the reason why I didn't make videos, that's why I didn't make videos. I'm kidding. It'll be fine. I have other fucking responsibilities. It'll be fine. It'll probably be fine.